back to the journey to the FarLands. Let's see here. Got everything together, so let's break out. And I got to remember to pick up wool this time and some wood. Whoops, let me check my sound settings. 4%. Okay, it must be just loud in my headset. Alright. Block that off. I should have checked for unpleasant neighbors first. Okay, and we're headed that way to the west. So, we're on. We're off to the FarLands. Okay, starting out as usual. Windows is currently reporting the size of the world at the world save folder at 770 megabytes. And Minecraft reports the world save as being 772.6 megabytes. It does make me wonder, which one is more accurate. Minecraft reporting it down to 2 decimal points kind of seems like it might be more accurate, but I don't know. Okay, let me adjust my headset volume down a little bit because the sound of my footsteps was deafening me. This is much better. Anyway, we're proceeding onward. Alright, I was going to do an update on the fundraising efforts for Child's Play Charity and the propane fund. However, as occasionally happens, there has been no change since last week's report, so I don't need to bother with that. And I understand that happens because there are times when things are just rough all over, and people can't really always afford to do anything with stuff like that. It's cool. It happens, and it will happen, but there will be plenty of times where there will be positive progress of some form to report. And I look forward to reporting that. Oh boy. Big time scary cave noise and sand that I shouldn't be walking on because there's nothing underneath it. Well, I guess as long as I don't cause a block update, I'm cool. So, as we trudge through this very large-looking desert, a desert with cows in it, jumping cows, noisy jumping cows, and we find some sheep. Let's go on a shearing expedition. There we go. It's too bad they don't regrow their wool in this version, but it doesn't matter if they did. I wouldn't be hanging around waiting for them. Anyway, I think I saw another one up here. Yeah. You think you can hide from me, huh? No, you're not going to hide from me. Alright, that's it for that. And we leave a desert full of cows and naked sheep behind. And I now have 26 wool, which is reasonable. It's appreciable. I do need to find some more, though, and I should probably take some time and cut down a few trees because my supply of logs is getting kind of low, but that's not critical. I've got plenty. I just like to have more than enough. I believe very much in having more than enough because that way you always have enough. Anyway, it's probably something that comes from my own life of in so-called real life of where I frequently have not enough. So in games, I tend to move towards having more than enough. Thank you very much. And I'm going to take this guy too. And oh boy, I just double tapped to sprint. That's really bad, since I know sprinting doesn't work in this version. Anyway, we're proceeding on, and I'm rambling like a nutcase. Let's see, what's going on in the world? Oh, I know what's going on in the world. On the Hermitcraft FTB server, I am actually getting close to being able to build and start running a fusion reactor. I've been working on this project for some time now, and I'm actually getting close. I might be able to start the thing up in the next few days. And I'm actually kind of speeding up my efforts. I've been spending a lot more time doing a lot more off-camera work and so on, because there is a little bit of a time factor. Because sometime soon, I don't exactly know just yet when, but sometime soon there's going to be a reset on the Hermitcraft FTB server, and that means it's going to basically an updated mod pack moving to either 1.5 or 1.6. I'm not sure yet which. There are a number of options being discussed, and I need to be more careful. And so moving to an updated mod pack is going to have incompatibilities with what we've got on there now, the ultimate pack. And so that's going to mean a world reset, a new map, a whole new world. Because, well, a lot of the changes include changes in world generation and stuff like that. Some mods won't be in the pack, and their world generation would just turn into empty spaces, and then there's other stuff that will have its own world generation that isn't in the current pack, and that would mean having to go insane distances to get the new world gen stuff. And so it's just better all around to do the reset, and that's fine. I understand that. That's cool. I'm actually looking forward to the challenge of getting started on a whole brand new world again, but I really, really do want to get this fusion reactor started, to get it running before finishing up with the current one, the current pack. And so I've been doing a lot of work on that, doing a lot of stuff off camera, building a lot of machines, doing a lot of repetitive stuff really, but getting as much of it done as quickly as I can, because there is that reset coming. And I have been asked at least once, you know, because in that world I've got enormous amounts of power generation already. I've got a whole bunch of high pressure steam boilers, one of them fired by charcoal, and another, and I think 6 or 7 more that's fired by biofuel. I have biofuel production to the point where I've actually got enough fuel that if I stopped making it for 7 days, I probably wouldn't run out. And then my solar panels, the industrial craft solar panels, I've got a lot of those. The ultimate hybrid solar panels, a whole bunch of those. I'm producing so much power, I honestly couldn't use all the power I'm producing now. So the question was, if I'm making so much power that I can't use it all now, why do I need a fusion reactor which would generate absolutely stupid amounts of power? Well, the fusion reactor, building that, is not about power. I mean, granted, it will generate, like I said, it will generate stupid amounts of power. Really, truly amazing amounts of power. But that's not the reason I'm building it. The reason I'm building it is because it is, so far as I know, the single most complicated, most involved, most complicated, and most expensive item that you can build in GregTech. And I think that the reason I'm building that, well, I know the reason I'm building that, is that if I can build that and get it online and running, then I can say I have beat GregTech. And frankly, that's been something of a quest of mine since first encountering GregTech and its incredible complications and tedium-inducing ways of doing things and so on. Alright, time to park for the night. And so, I am on a quest to beat GregTech. And I'm going to. You can only sleep at night. Hey, look around you. It's getting dark. Alright, there we go. That's better. Alrighty. And we continue heading to the west. So I'm working on beating GregTech because it's been a quest. Because GregTech does add a lot of neat machines and cool things into the world and whatnot. It does. It adds a lot to the game. But a lot of what it also adds is tedium. You know, it takes a long time to do almost anything in GregTech. A long time, a lot of complicated steps, a lot of expensive materials, and so on, and enormous amounts of power. And so, in a way, I partially beat GregTech already in that I am now generating enough power to run anything GregTech has to offer in spades. Not that I need to, not that I even want to, just simply I have more than enough power for anything GregTech. And the other part of that is, like I said, build the single most complicated, most involved, most expensive item in the GregTech repertoire, the fusion reactor. It generates incredible amounts of power. It costs unbelievable amounts of stuff to build, and so on. So I'm working on that, and I'm actually getting close. I may just be able to throw the power switch on that thing and start it going. I hear you, skeleton. You just burned up. You lose. And besides that, you missed, which is rare for skeletons. They don't hardly ever miss, in my experience. I mean, usually they're these incredible dead-eye ninja shots that they don't miss anything, and they hit you from 20 blocks away and without even being able to half see you, and so on. Oh, well. In fact, as far as the quest for the fusion reactor, I've got an episode of Hermitcraft. As I'm recording this, there is an episode of Hermitcraft, number 65, is uploading right now. And I'm very, very tempted to have episode number 66 uploading. Okay, just a second here. I have to actually stop for a moment and look. I may have my numbers turned around. Alright, I need to quickly look. Alright, 65 is uploading right now, and I may very well get working on episode 66 today if it doesn't get too hot in here to actually use the headset, and so on. I don't know. How is it I always end up facing these bloody well almost impassable cliffs? I've noticed that happens a lot. Oh boy, what a trip. Anyway, we're proceeding onward. And so, I've actually been thinking about maybe doing a live stream in which I do more work on that reactor and see if I can get closer to getting it online. Because I really, really want to get that finished. And there is another video that I want to make on Hermitcraft prior to doing the reset. So I'm going to see if I can do... I'm thinking about that, and just thinking about it, it sounds like a good idea. I think maybe I'm just going to do that, and this afternoon, this is Saturday, the 31st of August, and perhaps this afternoon, crank up a Hermitcraft FTB live stream and work on that reactor. Work on getting the rest of the infrastructure in place for it, and actually get started building the components, so that in the next Hermitcraft video I can put those components together and get that thing started running. I think I might do that. That sounds like a good idea. So, okay, it's official. This afternoon, Saturday, August 31st, exact time is undetermined at the moment, so the best way to know for sure is to watch my Twitter, twitter.com/TinFoilChef, where I always announce, I've got it set up when I start a live stream, Twitch will announce it on Twitter. So just watch for that, and yeah, boat time. And I'll be working on that there. Get the last of the infrastructure in place, get started working on building the components necessary, and that way in episode 66 I can bring the reactor online. And then I'll have at least one more episode after that, 67, in which I'm going to see if I can't do something a little bit special. Take a break from dealing with all the Greg Tech nonsense and machines and so on and so forth, and just do something a little bit cool. And so I'm going to work on doing that. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. And if it sounds like I'm just kind of coming up with this, making this up as I go, yes, that's exactly what I'm doing. And I started recording this today, and I didn't really have a whole lot of an idea what I was going to talk about or do or whatever. And so I'm just making this up as I go, and it seems to be working, so why not? We'll just do it that way. And so you heard it here first. The live stream this afternoon, Hermitcraft FTB, where I'm going to be working on getting the quest complete, building the fusion reactor, getting the last of the pieces built for it, and the materials supplied for it, and so on. It's amazing how incredibly complicated this stuff is, and I have to admit I've been very annoyed by the excess complication and whatnot that Greg Tech introduces to a lot of things. But at the same time, as many have pointed out, it does add a lot of longevity to the game, that's for certain, because you can't just start out day one and beat the thing. It takes a lot of work, a lot of coordinated effort, a lot of concentrated work to get this stuff done. Speaking of concentration, I should be concentrating on a place to park for the night, because the end of the second day is drawing close upon us. Oh, that looks cool. Huh. And I just tried to sprint again. Alright, let's see if we can get something that actually faces west. No, I'm not parking in there. I'm just making sure that nobody in there can come out. I think I'm just going to dig in right here. Oh. Oh boy, that was as close as I think I've ever come. Alright, now let's get dug in. Don't dig down. And let's blockade the entryway. Get some more of the room dug out. And some more light up there. There we go. Alright, so remember, you heard it here first. Live stream this afternoon. Hermitcraft FTB working on the fusion reactor project. Alright, get that down here. Let's get some more made. I think I better make a couple of boats too. Alright. Still need to get more wool. Okay, break this thing down. Get rid of some excess cobble, get rid of the string. Alright. In the meanwhile, be sure to stop by TinFoilChef.com/donate. Donate to the Child's Play charity or to the TFC tip jar, which is the fund for raising what I need for propane to stay warm in the winter and have hot water the rest of the time. Any and all donations for either cause are very, very much appreciated. In the meantime, we'll catch you this afternoon on the live stream. Thanks for watching. Take it easy. I'm out of here.